Prep your ears. Well, that's what you were telling us.
Oh no, I was for when for Tempest came back, because usually when she comes back, the door like explodes open.
Oh.
You know
Oh, yeah.
It didn't happen this time.
Did it not do it?
It didn't do it this time. No, it was weird.
Catch it. We just saw you disappear.
Cool. Well, welcome back, everyone. It's been a couple of weeks, I think almost a month now, with courses coming to an end for a lot of us, work and coming up on the holidays. People just got busy. And then also, unfortunately, our last session, the audio got messed up because my computer reset itself like an hour before the session, and my OBS was not set up properly. But that's all fixed now, hopefully, until I listen to this afterwards and it doesn't work.
Yay!
Kidding. I did a test. I did a test this time.
Awesome.
But I figured it would do well to do a quick recap of the session that all the people who actually watched this missed, and it seems like there's about 50 people or so who watch just about everything we put out now eventually, so that's nice.
Thanks.
And excited by some of the news. We can talk about some of the Runeterra news too. There's a Runeterra MMO that was announced. It's probably going to take a couple years before it comes out, but that's hype. Was it the Forsaken King or whatever, the RPG, the Final Fantasy style RPG is coming out. Obviously Wild Rift is in most of the world except for the US right now. So there's a lot going on in Runeterra. There was just recently a tournament for Legends of Runeterra, the card game, which did really well. Teamfight Tactics is having an update soon, so League is just popping off all over the place.
Do we count Valorant in the Runeterra universe?
Maybe it's like Runeterra, like way in the future or something like that,
Yeah,
because they have like
Runeterra
magical
40K.
abilities. Yeah, Runeterra 40K, exactly. Which is also popping off, but I'm a little less excited about since I don't play shooters that.
Yeah.
In any case, where did we leave off? Well, our last session, we saw our party meet Camille, the automaton leader, or the spy master for Claros, I think, her official title. They met her at the first assemblage of the Glorious Evolved, on the behest of Thick, at the behest of Yasuo, who said to meet them there. Yasuo, once they had made it to Bilgewater, went off and he had some stuff to do to get him out of the way so that the movie could happen. And they met Camille. They were supposed to follow Camille to meet up with her informant. They know that there's a Lunari priest or priestess, Lunari person, individual of faith, somewhere in the city of Piltover that has stolen the plans for some sort of biochemical weapon for Ladizin. If you'll remember the one shot, which also the recording messed up on, I've been having really bad luck with recordings on some of these key story points. We saw back in the during the first Ionian invasion, children that were played by some of our heroes here, stumble across this biochemical weapon that was in a crashed Noxian ship that was kind of destroying the land around. So we know that the Noxians try to use these biochemical weapons for the nature of Ionia, which is where its power comes from. So in any case, they followed Camille to the informant. The informant they found, unfortunately, had been killed, and there were some clockwork automatons that they had to fight off. Eventually they were able to do so, and the party came across a note noting a specific vault in the Ecliptic Vaults. The Ecliptic Vaults being the most impenetrable fortress in all of Piltover, unfortunately. And that's kind of where we left off, with the party having gotten this information and heading back towards the first assemblage. Grace Evolved. Anyone have any questions? Was that too fast?
I can't remember. I know we were trying to be stealthy about mentioning Yasuo. Did we ever talk to Camille and admit that we're working with him?
No, I don't think you ever mentioned Yasuo directly. She does know that whoever sent you here has something to do with Ionia, since it all has to do with the Ionian defense. And Piltover and Zaun also don't want Noxus to spread, just because they're like an independent free city state, and the more Noxus like bullies everyone else, the more they're going to bully them. So for them, it's better if Noxus is not like taking over Ionia, because they're probably next, if not Bilgewater.
And I may have missed it, but where are we physically right now?
So basically, we can assume that you are headed back away from the fight with the clockwork automaton, and the kind of the intro to this session. I'll go ahead and read that out, and we can still continue to ask any questions. It's pretty short. So after the encounter with the clockwork abomination, not automaton, the clockwork abomination, you follow Camille back toward the first assemblage of the Glorious Evolved. I require repairs, she sputters. Mechanical hiccups are interrupting her. Accompany me to Bluewind Court. I have some things to see to. And she's kind of like still sputtering and everything from that she took as she kind of leads you toward, starts leading you towards. I will describe once we're.
I'm ready. I'm hyped. I'm
Cool.
hyped.
I think I have a. So, Bluewind Court is the most where the most influential individuals of Piltover live, located in the northern section, and it's where the clans that kind of run the city, the higher clans, all have mansions there. So the list there are Vino, Caldwalder, Pharos, which is Camille's clan, Holleran, blah blah blah. There's a couple in there, and this is where the rich folks are. But she's leading you down kind of some side street, back way, to one of the more grand mansions, the clan.
I'm gonna try and, to the best of my ability, kind of like just in the back of my mind, just kind of remember like our steps, like so I can go back if I need to. And I guess while I'm doing that, kind of pay close attention to any people that are looking at us, as I imagine, like this robot lady who's like sputtering and stuff is like drawing attention.
Yeah, interestingly, they don't seem that as interested in her as they are in you. So the people around here are very well dressed. Camille, and let me pull up. I think I have a picture. Obviously, looks very severe, but she is a known entity. She can kind of hide her weapons, except for her feet, which are like bladed point shoes, basically, welded to her body. It is kind of known here being the primary intelligencer. So they're giving you some looks, but nobody really says much. Camille, as you head towards kind of the back entrance of, Camille. If I can get, there we go. Yeah, and assuming no one really says anything, she brings you in. There's a back entrance. You see some. There's actually a couple of guards around, but nothing of. Hello. Did we lose you, Tempest?
She was saying there was an internet.
I'm back.
lag.
Good, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool.
Australian internet's brilliant.
No problem. And as she brings you inside, it's kind of a back room, and she does you can things around, and asks you, please leave your weapons here and follow me inside.
Excuse me, Camille, is this your abode or what? Just before we set aside our weapons, I'd love to know where the actual heck we are. Kindly.
This is the center of Clan Pharos operations. We're safer here than anywhere in Piltover.
All right. Can I keep my hook at least?
You may.
All right. And I gingerly set my gun down.
As you step inside, she motions to a servant of some sort. You kind of step into. You're definitely not like in the front part of the house. It's kind of the back house. But she motions to him, and he offers to show you to some room while she goes. And it seems like the area that you're in, it's almost like a barracks, sort of, as if they're actually operations out of here at different. So there's like a kitchen and stuff like everything.
Ooh.
Do they have non-perishable foods in the kitchen?
Yes. What are you looking to find?
Like canned goods, like bread, like that's like freshly baked, so it lasts like maybe a week or so.
Yeah,
and
no,
like just
there's
stuff like that.
definitely some bread. There's some pickles. There's some canned sea monster meat from.
All right, I would like to steal it all. I mean, take it all, and because it's in this public place that they're offering.
Absolutely. I
Thanks.
mean, no one stops you. No one's really around you guys that much. Every once in a while, you see like a servant or a guard of some sort. No one's really paying you much.
And I just mutter under my breath like, "All right, there's some treats for old One Eye and Dewey back on the ship." And how many rations, I guess, would I get, or food stuffs?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely there's a fair amount there. I mean, 5 or 6 rations worth at the very.
Okay, there we go. We got the meats, boys. Call me Arby's.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys will have some time. It's probably an hour or two. Is there anything that you guys want to do in the interim? Whether it be sneaking around the mansion pharaohs or just chilling or whatever it is. And go ahead if consider it. Technically, it's not a long rest, but you guys leveled up back to full health and everything.
So she told us like come in, leave our weapons in like the entry hall or whatever, and then like just chill in this area basically.
Exactly. Yeah. So she said that she would be back after she does some.
So nobody's enforcing this like give up your weapons thing.
No, well, assuming you at least gave up some weapons at the weren't like super.
Gotcha.
Like as long as you're not openly carrying any weapons, if you wanted to carry anything inside, I would have you do like a stealth check or something to that effect.
Oh, okay.
Kairi would want to keep her Navori blades, but then she's willing to give like her daggers and her spear.
Yeah, make a stealth check. Okay, you easily smuggle them within. Nobody like pats you down or anything.
Awesome. I just don't want to give those up because they're so valuable for sentimental. I don't want anyone touching those.
Certainly.
Deshawn will give up her Sith scythe, sickle. She's got a sickle, and keep her spell book, hoping that they wouldn't think that that's.
Yeah, no one says
a
anything.
weapon?
They want the scythe and the spellbook is fine.
What do they say when Gandalf like keeps his staff?
You
You know what I'm
wouldn't
talking about?
deprive an old man of his walkings.
Exactly.
Malburn, are you
Malburn-
smuggling anything in?
Well, since Malburn doesn't wear clothes and he doesn't understand clothes, he thinks they're a little bit ridiculous. Because everything needs a practical use and clothes don't serve one for him. He doesn't have a good spot to hide anything, and he's fine with giving it all up. So he would.
Cool. They basically there's like an anteroom before you get in there. There were like a couple of people of like.
Yeah.
And yes, Buxton, you can count this as a short rest. You're back.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm gonna just be playing tunes, saying something about like, Piltover. It might be pretty, but sometimes it's shitty, and get beat up by robots, and get all the tough spots. And then as I'm like singing that and playing my harmonica, little Meep appears.
That no one can see.
Yes, but they all feel a feeling of joy, and they're like, "Damn, he's really good at singing." That's what they feel.
I see it.
Are we alone in here, or is that servant dude still with us?
No, so like I said, every once in a while you see someone walk by, but you're basically alone. There's like, say 4 or 5 kind of bedrooms around kind of a central space that has like a kitchen area and like a that looks like it's kind of like a barracks.
So Deshawn would just say to the guys, "Hey, how much are we gonna trust this Camille lady? Are we gonna tell her anything? What's the plan here?"
Well, she's your path to Zaun, right?
Well, yeah, I was talking about this card here, and she brings up the note that says Vault 272A on it.
Correct. Yep. I'll paste that in chat.
Are we gonna do anything about tell her to help us with this?
We asked her about the ecliptic vaults, right? But we didn't tell her anything specific.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think you guys did. But she does know you mentioned.
She does seem very friendly.
What do you think they're using this operational deployment for? I mean, they've got barracks, they got a lot of food. Well, not anymore, but
And you would know that in Piltover, there is a lot of. You know how like the Drow houses fight each other?
oh,
The clans kind of like vie for power, even though they all live in like the same street. They kind of like fight, like not fight, but it's more like espionage.
mm.
I
I
think-
withdraw my question.
Yes,
So
gonna
Camille is like the
ask that.
grand intelligencer, quote unquote. So she's like their chief of staff for security and espionage.
Kiri would just
And-
shrug her shoulders and be like, well, we know that getting Camille's trust is important, whatever we want to do, so I guess we just have to decide how much to trust her.
I mean, she is the Grand Intelligencer. I mean, she's known for subterfuge and, not being very truthful.
Mhm.
If we trust her and earn her trust, is it in her nature to give us something without necessarily asking for an arm and leg? And I hold up my stump of an arm.
Well, she seems to admire your innovation and adaptation,
As,
so
as you say this, you hear a thud. You look behind. Camille is there. You said arm and leg. And you held up your arm, and it's her like blade leg. But she didn't hear what you were saying. I just wanted the cut. Walking back in.
I do like a bow at the waist, and I say, Camille, pleasure to see you. Deshaun has something to say.
I was just gonna ask, how are you feeling, darling? You got pretty beat up back there.
Yes, I am now operating. Thank you for your patience. Ultimately, I remain human for the most part.
How unfortunate.
okay.
Well,
So what is this place?
you are within the bowels, I should say, of the mansion of Clay. I trust you to be discreet, especially considering just found you are apparently on the run from the law. Hands you a one.
Who's on it?
Melbourne.
Oh!
I'll take the poster. This looks nothing like me.
Does it look nothing like him?
It looks exactly like him. It would seem that there was some kind of showdown with Piltover law enforcement.
Camille, would you have any modifications or augmentations that we can, I guess, temporarily imbue Melbourne with until this kind of blows over?
Interesting. Perhaps somebody at the assembly help. In fact, I could have my mechanic take. If he liked.
Melbourne, what do you think about a robotic mustache?
I've always dreamed of having facial hair. As majestic as yours, Captain.
You look at my hairy ass face, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, yes.
Yes, I will send him in after we are. I think we have some business first. I believe you found something at the scene of the crime.
I'll admit, I bought a flamethrower, but I paid fair price for it.
Yes, enough of that. Not that crime.
Oh, there's another crime?
My informant dead in the street.
Oh, yeah.
Kiri would chime in is like, I remember Melbourne saying that the symbol on the attacker looked like the symbol that's on his core.
A slip of paper, perhaps. Come now. Feigning innocence is so time-consuming.
Melbourne will pat himself down. I don't have any paper. And I'm like, have no clothes.
I don't have any spells to lie.
I will not be
What
misled.
what about an exchange of some information for exchange of the piece of paper?
Sure. What would you like to know?
Damn,
Can
no
I
tech.
ask who your informant was?
Or less. The only way she could make money after branded, blacklisted by one of the other clans. Useful to me, though.
Everyone has a use.
Certainly. Usefulness is paramount.
Sorry, did you say the name? Did I miss that? Oh, sorry, I was reading.
No, no
No.
name. Just,
Oh, no.
Okay.
just that she was blacklisted by one of the other clans and basically couldn't find work in Piltover. So she was employed by Camille as an.
So who was she informing on?
Well, she kept eyes on some of the other clans. I was able to help her out of her blacklisted status and get her in on one of the kitchen staffs.
And why did you want to meet with her?
She said she
Who-
knew something about Lunari.
The Lunari. That they were not in Piltover. There was no sort of such person.
Yes,
here.
many think they are extinct, but they are not. It would seem that there's a Lunari priestess who's gotten her hands on some sort of schematic for a weapon against Ionia. Now, we here in Clan Pharaohs believe in the balance of power staying, well, not so lopsided that we get swept up in these. As long as Noxious is fighting someone else, then we'll be left alone. But as soon as they win, they may turn their eyes southward.
So
You
if
say that like
Sorry.
it's guaranteed.
Weapons of mass destruction tend to bend the balance of power.
And what would you do if you found this weapon in your clan? What would you do with it?
Would lock it away in our vaults.
All right, I'm checking to see if she's lying. Is she lying?
Yeah.
Make an insight roll.
Okay. Ah,
Wait, why
Oh.
don't I see it?
I
I'm-
can't say it.
thinking I was rolling. I was seeing if I had any way to like cheat it.
Anyone
better.
else? I mean, anyone can make an insight check if you do think that she's lying.
I bardic inspiration. Whoever. I'm just gonna blatantly be
Deshaun
like,
doesn't need it.
do okay, never mind.
Ooh.
Deshaun, oh,
Oh.
Kaori as well. Surprisingly, you actually believe her. All of you believe her, but Deshaun and Kaori, you feel like you really believe her.
Lock it in her vault. Okay.
I just
It-
kind of give like a nod to the boys. Well, the boy and the robot. Like I think.
As
like,
I
a-
said-
maybe a thumbs up.
We believe in the balance of. If there's an imbalance, it eventually causes chaos.
Is there any situation where you'd use such a weapon to
Yeah,
harm?
To maintain the balance of power, I would do almost anything.
Hmm. Would
One
you?
more question.
The world
So-
is not black and white, my yordle friend. It is mainly shades of gray.
So let's say, all right. I have a hypothetical for you.
Would you say
All right.
50?
All right, let's
At
say,
least 50.
let's say the world is at balance, right? We have one, like the number one is on one side, the number one is on the other side. Balance, right? Let's say this weapon of mass destruction here, right? It's like worth 2 points. Rather than keep it, if you destroy it, that's the ultimate balance.
I'm not in the habit of destroying potential assets.
Please let me roll persuasion, please.
Go ahead.
Please!
Feel free. I mean, you can roll persuasion.
Oh, even with a plus 10, damn it.
Oh my word.
Do we make that a contested roll? Or a DC?
It's up to you. I
think
would have
it's-
done it to see if I was the imp, but yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, DC.
And I don't think.
Yeah, yep.
Dang, you
Well-
rolled a 4? Jeez.
I know.
That was
Bad
good
luck
try, good
today.
try.
All right, well, I trust you, and seems like me crew trust you.
Yes.
So-
Well, In that case, how about that little?
Okay, so what Deshawn's gonna do is, as she's like gonna rummage through her bag for the paper, she's got a bottle of black ink. Can she like accidentally pour it all like in her bag because her spell book's on her side?
She certainly can.
And just be like, "Oh dearie, oh my God, there's ink everywhere. I'm so sorry."
May I see that?
And I'm gonna give her the black ink soaked paper that had the stuff on it.
Ooh.
She walks over to a cabinet and takes out a piece of paper, puts the thing ink side down, puts the paper over it, and then just like traces over it for the indentations.
Ooh, wow.
Smart guys.
What does it say?
The Ecliptic Vaults. I think you mentioned these earlier.
I have no memory of this place.
I have no memory of this place.
Ellie says hello.
Hi, Allie.
Yeah, say hi.
Hello.
You're gonna be on YouTube. You're famous. Yes, these are, well, impossible to get into. I don't think even my organization could get you inside.
Can I see if she actually was it correct? Like what she traced out? Did she get the whole thing?
Oh yeah, it actually has. Like it just.
Damn. All right.
You can't trick me on the DM. I am God.
Hello?
In your all-knowing, ability here of being, an amazing, what you call it, spy.
Intelligencer.
Intelligencer, sorry, that was kind of a derogatory term I used. I apologize. But intelligencer, would you have heard of any point in history where someone would have broke into one of these vaults?
Yes.
I mean, oh, you have? Okay.
Just last year, in fact.
And how'd they do it?
Oh,
There is a criminal in the city known by the name of Jinx.
Oh, you told me that. Yeah, okay. Oh,
I
yes.
have not told
remember.
you in game though, but yes.
Oh, okay.
There's a criminal in the city known by the name of Jinx. She's the only one known to have gotten into the vaults using, let's say, extraordinary measures. She locked herself within a shipment of coal, and then blew it up from the inside out.
Would Melbourne know of Jinx? She may not have been in the city or like prominent in the city when he was there.
Yeah, I would say that she's more recently prominent. That's when she kind of rose to prominence. That was her Dark Knight film where everyone heard about her.
Right.
Can you tell us where we might find this Jinx?
I believe she currently rots within a silver prison, held captive by her own sister. I think you know her. She turns to me. Vi?
They're siblings?
Wait, you actually didn't know that? Like out of character?
I'm level
I didn't
27
know
in the
that.
league, man. I'm not even level 30 yet.
Yeah, Vi and Jinx are sisters, but one is like one of the police leaders, and the other one is like the Joker, basically.
Cool.
All right. Do they accept visitors at the prison? Fuck. This is tough.
Do you know any way to get in?
No.
Wait, what? I may have missed something. I have a small leak I'm trying to patch over here. Why do we want to find Jinx again?
Because
She's
she
the
knows how to
one-
get into the vaults.
And why do we want to get in the vaults again?
So we can get this weapon of mass destruction away from people who could hurt it, and then, obviously to Camille here. Because she's definitely not going to hurt anybody.
And we know it's in the vaults?
We know something is in the vaults.
Well,
that is our
something is in
only
there, yeah.
lead.
Yeah.
I can help you there.
How do you propose you help us?
I do have a set of warden's uniforms if you find that useful.
You just happen to have those lying around. Okay, we won't ask questions. Of course.
An intelligencer's job sometime calls for illicit activity. I trust
You
your
have them my
discretion.
size?
I could have a tailor sent down.
You could.
Perfect.
So you have 4
Make room for the hat.
warden's uniforms.
I have at least 4.
Oh, okay. Well, that does seem to be a part of
you-
getting into jail. Conceal, deceive.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we talk about if we were gonna work together, Camille? So you would help us get into the prison, talk to Jinx, perhaps help her leave? I don't know, that's a bit hazy.
I'm not
And then-
certain that that is the best of ideas. I'm not certain that I would.
No one
trust
should
her.
ever be imprisoned.
That may be, but this one is a special
Oh,
case.
no.
Abolish the prison system.
For-profit prisons,
No one should live in chains.
perhaps.
And so, Camille, would you, I guess, then, after getting information from Jinx, you would help us get into the vault to get this information, and you would help us get the weapon. I just want to know how far you're gonna go with this.
I will do whatever it takes to ensure that this weapon falls into no other hands than the Pharaohs.
Well,
Yeah.
Clan Pharaoh certainly seems better than the Noxians.
Indeed.
Mm.
Our interests on keeping Ionia well and stable are aligned.
So, how would Clan Pharaohs stand to protect this weapon if the Noxians found out you had it? An entire Noxian army invading?
The Noxians would not. Should it come to that, you can fall into there. Our vault is equipped with 60 megaton Hextech bomb.
And how?
The city would be
And-
destroyed before they had this weapon.
I
All
was about
right.
to say, I don't know how much that explodes, but that sounds effective.
I just
And
made up a
which-
number. Maybe 60 megatons is too much, but a very large bomb.
No, go with it. Just stick
Yeah,
to
we're
it. Stick
sticking
to
to
guns.
We're sticking to
I whispered to Melbourne, maybe we're looking at the wrong weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah,
It is not
I
the
mean,
most
just
destructive force in that vault.
let me ask, how much damage can the WMD do compared to the 60 megaton bomb gonna level the city?
Let's see, 60 megaton bomb. What would that do? Let's see.
Fiori's just like looking dazed, just like her eyes are spinning because she's trying to understand like megatons and then 60 of them. She's like, but oh,
Sorry, we may have gotten sidetracked. We can focus in.
I'm trying to figure out what that would do. Hold on.
that's the internet.
I found a bomb of similar size. I don't know, it's complicated. It's a big bomb, okay? A 60 megaton bomb makes a fireball about 5 miles wide.
Damn.
Yep. The SAR bomb is 50 megatons.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah. I'm learning a lot about bombs today. Hey,
Yeah.
educational YouTube, everyone.
Yeah,
Look at that.
this isn't like against TOS or something, right?
Hopefully not. Sorry, I was just reading Wikipedia. I have no intention of anything to do with bombs.
All right. Well, thank you for helping us get us those uniforms. You have any tips for working with what's her Jinx? Jinx is her name.
If at all possible, don't.
But we need to know how to get inside the vault.
And therein lies the creative problem solving I expect you'll have.
I do like a little mock salute with my hat.
She
Could you
is
tell us a little bit about
utterly
what this prison
unpredictable.
looks like?
Sorry?
Could you tell us a little bit about what this prison looks like or what to expect inside so that we look like we belong there?
It is a heavily fortified prison, overseen by Vi herself. It's built near the boundary between Piltover and Zaun. Fairly brutalist architecture, very plain concrete faces, facades, only one way in.
Can you lend us one of your bombs to distract Vi away from the prison?
No, that is the kind of chaos I seek not to.
All right. Well, you have. Wait. We'll get you the. Never mind. I don't want to be too greedy. All right. Thank you for the warden uniforms. And when this is over, would you call us friends? If we helped you out. I kind of bat my eyelashes.
I call very few. But
Would you call us, acquaintances or like mutual? Would you call us friendly?
If that is what you desire, I would call us.
Perfect. All
Results
right.
are all that matter.
And we're good at those results. And anyway, all right.
Okay.
By the
Taylor
way-
me.
Wait, as she's,
Any
as she's leaving, she kind of turns over her shoulder and says, "By the way, elegance is never out of fashion. Zali's expeditionary outfitters and haberdashery is just down the road. I'd like to make a stop in and continue."
Wait, I have another question.
Hey,
It's about the Clockwork Abomination. Are there Noxian spies in the city or something? I don't know if she stops or.
She's like still
Oh,
walking
yeah.
down the hallway away from me. She's like, "There are spies everywhere, my robot friend."
Oh yeah. Who were the people trying to steal her?
Me.
We didn't even ask about that. We're like, who the
Yeah.
fuck gives? We don't give anything about it. It's about you.
Well, she's a big target, so I'm sure there's plenty of people who want a piece of her.
Cool. So yeah, you guys are here. It's getting into evening. She did tell you about the outfitters and haberdashery just down the road. Eventually there will be a tailor and a mechanic coming. I'll give you guys some time to do whatever.
If we're waiting for the outfits to get here, might as well check out this haberdashery or whatever, however it's pronounced. Get some fancy clothes, for meal day.
Kiori
I don't
nods.
understand.
You don't understand what?
Why do we need fancy clothes? This makes no sense.
Well, you definitely need something to, get you a little bit less like this. And I take the wanted poster up.
That looks nothing like me. I swear. I mean, hold the
Mel-
poster up.
Kiori
It's
looks
the
over at the
exact
picture.
color.
It's like, well, to my Ionian eyes, it looks very much like you, or it tells me what to look for. So you need to fix that.
Tempest or Deshaun, did you have a comment?
when? Just
Oh, I
then?
thought you were trying to say something.
Nah, I probably was, but.
Sorry.
Well, in any case,
Oh, no.
throughout the evening, you are free to visit the haberdashery, which is a nice place, run by a nice middle-aged man named Horace. You can take a look there. Also, at some point, a mechanic comes in to help Melbourne, and we can talk about that in a moment, as well as a tailor to help fit a warden's outfit for Buxton. In fact, let's say the tailor is here, so you had to come here to get it.
Ooh.
Okay.
They have an understanding. It's okay that you're kind of illicit and weird.
They don't have any awesome hats.
I'm sure we could rustle
have
up
costume
an
clothes.
awesome hat for you.
Yeah.
This is just what came off the top of my.
Cool.
I'm gonna look for their biggest, most luxurious pirate captain hat.
Absolutely, you can find an awesome one. Like it's got a wide brim, a big feather in it, and they even have like these little fitters that they put inside the hats whenever you buy it to make it fit whoever's head is buying it. If smaller or they're made pretty for like 2 gold pieces. It's pretty nice. It's got like silver inlaid in
2 gold.
2 gold for the fancy hat.
Fancy hat.
There's some less fancy ones for like 1 gold to 5 silver.
I buy the 2 gold hat.
Auto
Um,
Tinder, of course, being like basically a lighter.
I put on the hat and like it just like there's like a cutscene as I put it on. But go ahead.
I would like to look for a nice, pretty floral scarf for Thornback.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. The horse takes you to a scarf section. It's probably in the 3 to 4. Let's call it 5 silver range. This place is pretty expensive. Get a nice satin scarf.
Ionian silver, I would give.
Nobody
'cause
wants
that's
any
all I have.
luxurious bedrolls. Fine water skins.
I
I'm like-
will take the. Can I change like my backpack because it's got ink all over it now?
Oh my God. Yeah, I've got a fine backpack here. Only 20 gold pieces.
I'll take.
Shuriman craftsmen made this with their hands in the desert, or was inlaid with the silver of a Lunari scribe.
Can
the
I make an
silver
insight
of the
check?
moon. How'd you get it from up there?
Ooh.
The Lunari have their ways. They do not share them with outsiders. But I assure you, this is fine craftsman. Even the stitching, as you can see, is silver.
Sounds like a rare thing these days.
I'll also
Indeed.
take a hooded cloak if I could.
Yes,
Something with
perhaps,
nice
perhaps these fine travelers. He takes you to a full outfit first, which has like a cloak. It's 60 gold pieces, like really gaudy travelers with like golden pearl inlaid belt buckles and like a hooded cloak with like gold edging.
threads.
Is there-
How much just for the cloak, sweetheart?
Oh, I'm sorry, this is a set, but we do have some fine robes here for a mere 10 gold.
I will take that.
Look that you guys are buying this.
What are the
it's n-
shopkeepers buying?
It's like
wearing?
full like silk, like very ornate. What is he wearing? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just has like really gaudy, like uppity, like pearl inlaid button, like a vest and a bow tie. Very well kempt.
Kind of like District 1 uppity.
Yeah, he's super like high class, I guess. But like
How much is
over
a
the
bow
top.
tie?
Oh, we have a fine range of bow ties. I see you are a man of flavor and taste. Little Yordle. Yes, over here. 5 silver pieces. There's a
All right,
variety of designs.
I will buy a bow tie and I'll put it on
And
my
I hope to God you're pouring a drink.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna buy a.
Sorry,
Wait,
Oh.
tell us which first.
I was pouring another glass of champagne.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm gonna buy the I'll put it on my hook. And also, just point of order here. I'm gonna be looking for things that are easiest to be stolen.
It's all, it's honestly, the security here is not very good. There's no one around. As you're looking around, it looks like it'd be pretty easy to grab a bow tie. You could probably grab an inlaid map case if he wasn't paying attention. The spyglass is in like a glass case,
Oh.
unfortunately, but that so those are a little bit harder. As you're looking, you actually see on the wall there's an autographed picture actually of this adventurous-looking fellow, and it's signed Ezreal.
Oh. Who needs a map? So the auto tender. What is that?
Yes, and he shows you, and it's like it looks like a regular tinderbox. And when he opens it, like the pieces like kind of come out in robotic arms, and there's a button that you can press to make it like auto spark.
I don't read that. Sorry, I thought it was gonna like find me a date or something.
Well, such a fine tool could help you find a date.
Try to impress somebody.
I laugh, and then I'm gonna pat him on the back hard. And while I pat him on the back hard, with my hook arm, I'm gonna pat him on the back hard with my hook arm. And with the other arm, I'm gonna try and like just grab something off the shelf behind him.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Okay.
Buxton now.
All right.
All right, let's see what you get.
All right. Cool. Sorry if that was loud. I'm sorry.
Wasn't too loud, no.
Okay.
Yeah, you grab one of the inlaid map cases, which has a nice little etching of kind of Piltoverian style artwork on it.
All right. Well, that made me chuckle, me friend. But well, I suppose we best get to our tailor, and we'll see you See you on the flip flop.
Excuse me,
Okay.
I am your tailor, actually.
Oh, you are my tailor. Okay, then let's go to the room. And you know what? I get weird about people seeing me. Like sizing me up where I have all like. Just let me set my clothes off where you can't see me. Okay, if that makes sense.
Of course, I
Yes.
would never enter while you were in the nude.
Uh, Perfect. All right, and I'm gonna like.
Perhaps I could
go
take some
into-
measurements first, though.
Nope. Be right back. I'm gonna go to the changing room and like hide this stolen map case within my gear, and then kind of get more proper before he measures me. Anyway,
I imagine Kaori is like finally making a decision on a robe and a sack, and like turns around and just sees him run, and then she's like, "Yes, he doesn't like to not wear his hat and other things," and then she just brings it up to the counter and pays fairly.
Nice, and I'll trust you guys to handle. And cool, yeah. He's able to measure you and says, "I'll have this ready in the morning." And you, sir, he looks at me. Sure, I could make anything fit you quite the right way.
can you at least give him a cape or something?
Certainly, I'm sure we could find a cape.
Give him like a cape and like a hood and like
Maybe a vest.
a vest. Yes, that would kind of drive off. He's just trying to go for a new look.
Seems to me it's unlikely he's going to hide his identity. Rather large fellow. Happy to sell you what you want.
Melbourne, how about you try hunching over? Just give us a General Grievous look real quick.
I don't understand any of these things, like lifting up a robe. What, you want me to hunch over? Like, get down, like, hunch down?
You look close to the wanted poster.
I mean,
My arms
it's
up in front of me.
Melbourne. Let's pull up the picture of Melbourne for everyone real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Where are you, buddy?
I'm really tempted to say, "Walk this way," Young Frankenstein style, but that's nothing Kaori would ever say in real life. So
Did that pop up for you guys?
No.
Not popping up.
not yet.
Whatever. You get it. He's a big robot dude. I mean, you can try. You can kind of obfuscate him a little bit.
Zaylee.
Daily.
The store's called Zaylee's
Oh yeah, that's right. I knew that.
Expeditionary.
Salies.
So
Horace, who's Zaylee?
are you asking Horace? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Horace, yeah.
Ah yes, Zaylee. Zaylee was my business partner. Always had an eye for adventure, but never quite made it. Then one day, that rascal Ezreal took him out on an adventure, and well, he did not come back.
Did Ezreal survive?
Oh, he always survives. He's Piltover's greatest adventurer, after all. Cool. In any case, yeah, you can do any more shopping and anything else you would like to do. And then we'll call it a quick break and move on to the second part of our session. Going good?
Does Melbourne need a disguise?
You can certainly
He
try to
doesn't-
put one together.
I mean, if nobody's gonna help him through it, he's not gonna put one together because he doesn't
I'll
care.
help him.
Oh, Melbourne,
Have,
we need to help you.
Have you all
yes.
discussed your approach methodology for getting into the prison yet?
I thought we just walk in, like we own the place.
Well, Deshaun, I could look like Vi because I've seen her for an hour.
Ah.
Oh shit! We could do like the fucking what's that called? In Harry Potter when they do it in the last
Oh,
movie.
polymorph.
Yeah, the
This is
polyjuice.
Sovereign gods.
Yeah.
Need to find a
Yes.
dragon to escape on. Well, I just had this idea as you're trying to measure these ropes on me. I am wanted, and Deshaun says she could be Camille. Perhaps we can do a. I heard a story of like Chewbacca, I believe. I think it's called the Chewbacca. You lead the prisoner to the cells.
The Chewbacca defense.
Yeah, there's a famous novel, futuristic sci-fi novel.
Mhm.
I like that plan, Melbourne.
It was just an idea that came to me.
That's big brain. Except you don't got one, but you got soul, my friend.
But we've only
Dr.
got an
Helvetic.
hour.
Dr. Helvetica equipped me with the fastest processor of the time.
Mm.
Well, it's quite efficient, and definitely having the strategy of Vi or Camille to get us in the door, and then Buxton and I can be trainee wardens or just muscle, and then Melbourne being the focus. We just might be able to get past something.
Can I be a captain warden?
What's a captain
Oh,
warden?
you know, it's just a new.
As you
It
guys
is
are just
ridiculous.
literally discussing this while he's being fitted, Boris looks up. He's like, "Yes, I could make this a captain's uniform." Apparently, he has a very high trust level with Camille.
He's their
Alright.
tailor.
And then, yeah, fade to black while we, I guess,
Awesome.
get awesome clothes.
Get
Yep.
suited.
Take a quick break and come back in prison.